Let's continue on fixing some of this geometry. Because of this area up here, down here we have a 5-sided polygon. If we follow it, it goes around here, underneath, and then it comes up. And it'll go all the way up and around and over to the belly. So we're going to go ahead and add that in. So we're going to loop split that, and then we see how it comes down here. And then we can just go ahead and connect those. That'll have to be spaced out and stuff later. So we also have this area back here. And somehow it's going to have to come up. And I don't think, I don't want it going around that way. Now, one thing that we can do, just to get an idea of what we're dealing with, is we can go in here and we can throw some of our splits in here. Maybe take it up that far. So this will allow us to at least take a look at where we're going to go with it. Now, I think the next thing, maybe go from here and go ahead and split that off to there. Then that just leaves us with this problem area here. Now we could just split this and go up along the back, and we could do the same thing here, but it's going to leave some weird geometry, and I really don't like this star point right here. So I think what we're going to do for right now is we're going to split from here to here. And we're going to dissolve that edge. Now I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to leave it like this, but for right now, it's okay. I'm sure a lot of you have heard on the internet the battle about quads. Some people say they're not important. Some people say they're everything. I don't really look at models that way anymore because of the new tools, but one thing I can say is you really have to look at how you plan on using this model on whether or not you need quads. And the reason that I'm saying that is because this channel is about making 3D art and then bringing it into the real world. So that means you're going to have to 3D print this stuff. You might have to make bases, different things for your models. And the problem comes in whenever, for instance, you need scale, or the problem comes in because a certain part has to fit another, and you have fitments and tolerances and stuff in there, just like they use in engineering. Well, when you're starting to get really accurate, because I know on my FDM printer, I need about 4,000 clearance for parts to go together correctly. It's too hard to achieve stuff like that in a polygon modeling app. So what that means is that eventually we're going to take this into a CAD app, and we're going to convert it from a polygon model into a CAD model. And the only way to really do that right now, there's a couple ways, but the main way to do it right now is with like T-splines in Fusion. So T-splines in Fusion are very picky, and it wants quads. It will deal with a couple triangles here and there, but for the most part, it does not like triangles. It doesn't like, a bunch of different things, which we'll discuss later. But for right now, just understand that that's one of the reasons why I'm pushing for more quads than anything else. It's just the simple fact that I know I'm going to take this into a CAD app, and I want it to convert easily. I don't want to have a bunch of problems with it. And I've done this enough times that I just know where the problems will be. So the next time someone tells you, well, quads are everything or they're not anything, well, it just depends. So you have to be very careful. That's kind of a tricky question. It literally just depends on your use case. I can tell you with the workflows that I've figured out, they're pretty important. It's not just holding on to an old school method or anything like that. You really do need them if you're going to convert these into CAD models. Now here I'm just going through and I'm kind of evening out the geometry, spacing it out a little bit better. I still see some areas that I want to deal with that I don't like, but that'll be for another video. But all I'm really doing right now is just trying to space things out a little bit better. So that all the geometry is not bunched up on itself. So, although it's not perfect, it's really starting to shape up. The time that you spend getting the base forms correct is going to pay off in the long run. So I don't like this area right here, but again, we'll deal with that in another video. Until then, thanks for watching.